Gotta collect them all.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand spanking new episode. Do you not like my new intro? Do you not like the spanking part?
You do it every
I know,
episode.
It's a new thing. It's my 2020 thing. My name is Ryan A. E. Moore. Joining me, like always, is
Ashton.
And we have a very special guest, is
Corey Laguana.
What?
That's his last name.
That's my last name.
Corey Laguana?
Correct.
Okay.
So like iguana.
With an L.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
That's like the American way to say it. I don't even try to pronounce my last name to people because it's over their head.
Yeah.
At that point.
It's just
fair enough.
Might as well not even. Might as well not even. So in today's episode, we are going to be talking about collecting stuff. Now, before we get into that, Corey, how do we know each other? How did
like
you
officially or?
Yeah. You don't have to say the exact location, but you could say like the generalized story of how.
So Ryan and I, we actually worked together at Target. This was like 3 years ago. Is when I actually worked there. 4 years ago. I worked just freight unloading trucks, and 4 o'clock in the morning.
The fun hour.
The fun hour, yeah. The one where nobody's awake but just moving.
Yeah.
And then Ryan, I think you worked in cafe.
Yeah, I worked in the cafe.
Yeah, so that's kind of how we knew each other. We didn't really know each other at that point. But I'd just go get some breakfast in the morning and he'd be there.
Yeah.
Serving up some
just
sandwiches.
more of the I see you, I know you, but I don't know you.
Yeah,
like,
yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worked there for about two years, and then Ryan actually got a job where I work now, and that's where we are here.
Yeah, and then we got to talking about we started having lunch together, and I was like, you know what? I think there might be a little bit of some a topic that we could talk about. Yeah, a little bit of a relationship forming here, and so I was like, I think we can hold a conversation. I think Ashton would enjoy having a conversation with you too. So we're going to be talking about collecting because you have quite a collection of Funko Pops. Right?
Yes.
How did you get down the path of Funko? The dark side of Funko.
There's a dark side of Funko?
Oh, you should listen to how he gets them.
It's very true. So Funko, I think, came out in, I want to say 25 years ago, if I'm correct. Based out of Everett, Washington, a small, mom and pop type of shop, the local toy store, and now they're just this big corporation, and they make just figures. They're mainly known for their Funko Pops.
The big old eyes.
The vinyl figures that have the big old eyes. For the longest time, I told myself I was not really going to collect them because I started seeing what they made, and they make every single thing under the sun. So I told myself, I know past me is going to want to collect everything, every specific line that I collect or I like, and that was just a dangerous path.
Yeah.
Didn't want to get into it just because financially probably wasn't the best decision. But the year, was it 2018 when Infinity War came out?
Let's see here.
Like actually released in theater?
Endgame came out last year, and so that would be Infinity War, I think, would come out in
2018.
Yeah.
So I saw the line at, I think, Hot Topic or Box Lunch. And I got a state job and, worked behind a desk, so I just figured get a couple to, decorate my desk.
Yeah.
And that's it. Maybe 10 tops.
Well, it doesn't help that they're
just get a couple, maybe like 10.
It doesn't help that they're like reasonably priced. They're like $12, $16 little things.
Yeah.
And then after a while, you're like, oh well, because I bought some like of the Mandalorian ones that I got at Disneyland, and I was like, well, I might as well get all 4 of them because they're only like $12.99, and then you're just like, oh well,
that's how
there
they
it goes.
get you.
Yeah,
that's how they get you.
Smart.
Spending $50 on pieces of plastic.
Oh man,
at least they look good.
Yeah,
they do, and the new pops definitely look a lot better than the older pops, I will say.
Really?
Do you like the bobblehead or do you like the standard figure?
It depends on the character.
Okay.
If it makes sense to be a bobblehead, perfectly fine. But
okay.
I feel like the ones that are just a standard piece of plastic that doesn't move, those are the ones I tend to go for more. But yeah, so back in 2018, I got my first 3. It was Captain America, Thor, and I want to say Thanos was the first 3 I bought together.
You got big Thanos or you got the
that was
standard?
The 4-inch one, just the standard size.
Yeah.
My actual first pop was a Ronda Rousey pop.
Oh, okay.
I got it for Christmas.
UFC or WWE one?
UFC.
Okay.
Yeah, you would think it'd be worth more, but
No,
it's
not anymore.
$3 resale.
Oh, no.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for them at that time. It was a cool gift, but I just put it in my closet and never took it out.
Mm-hmm.
But when the Infinity War ones came out, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna decorate my desk. This is something I'm into. It looked cool. A lot of people around the office have Funkos just decorating their desks with different fandoms.
Yeah.
But then I started searching Facebook for them.
Oh boy.
Oh,
that's where you start getting down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
it's either Facebook or Reddit. It's
exactly,
like
yeah, and I talked to a couple of friends of mine that also collected them, and they introduced me to this page called Funko Pop Hunters. And it's a community board. You just kind of share specific pictures of your pop collections, links to the ones that are going to drop or restock. And one of the ones that I found was Target at the time released a Deadpool mermaid, and it was in the position where Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. His, like,
oh my god,
his wounded, on the ground, laying
with
down.
his like shirt open.
Yeah, but it was Deadpool in a mermaid version. I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
So I went to go click the link, and it was sold out on Target. And
Okay.
then I went back to my local Target, the one Ryan and I actually used to work at, and they didn't have any. So I just scrolled through the comments, and then I saw this girl post a picture with her Target fully stocked on the shelf, like 15 of them.
Wow.
So, I DM'd her.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, random question. If I send you money like via PayPal, can you buy me one and send it to me? I'll pay for shipping. She's like, oh, yeah, I got it.
What?
So I sent her, like $10-15 maybe, or however much she charged. And then she sent it to me. Great condition. And we actually... We're kind of like pen pals now. As weird as that kind of sounds.
No, whatever strikes a friendship, really.
It's actually a pretty cool friendship because we've talked about Funkos just for the last like 2 years or whatever it was. What things that we collect, what fandoms, things like that, and we built this friendship, and we actually start sending each other stuff randomly. Like for her birthday, I sent her a couple. For my birthday, she sent me a couple. For Christmas, we sent this big care package.
Which is like
just random stuff.
The tight knit community that really any fandom gets. Like even with video games, like you have that whole connection with somebody and you friend them and whatnot. And then there's just another way of that happening. Yeah. That you guys like actually have this connection with this type of art form. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. That's cool.
Yeah, and then she introduced me to the dark side of Funko.
Oh God. Is this the raffle stuff?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So they call it waffling online, and I didn't know.
You know when it has a term, it's bad.
Yeah,
you're about to sink a lot of money.
And I was like, why is everyone spelling raffle like incorrectly? Like, it's spelled with an R, not a W.
Yeah.
And then I found out that basically Facebook will kind of find you if you're selling stuff.
It. Okay.
So they call it waffling, just kind of disguise them, the act of it.
Yeah.
But essentially what it is it's an online raffle. To give you an example, a traditional raffle is 10 tickets, 1 winner. But it's priced differently, and it depends on the value of the pop at the time. So there's a couple like third-party websites that rank Funkos and their price and stuff like that.
The rarity, how cool it is.
Exactly. So let's just say a Funko Pop is reselling for about $100.
Okay.
And that's cheap compared to some.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the person that's doing the raffle will charge maybe like an upcharge, like $120 for shipping and insurance.
So that they can make a little bit of money.
Exactly. Yeah. So
well,
they'll
obviously
charge
they're making money too.
$12 a ticket,
Yeah.
10 spots for that waffle raffle, and then 1 winner. And they'll do it live via Facebook video.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically what you do is you'll post it. People will comment a number 1 through 10 as their spot, and once it's capped, then you pay via whatever they accept. PayPal, Venmo is probably the most popular. Facebook Pay, Apple Pay,
The very varieties.
Yeah.
Of things.
So this is how Facebook gaming is doing so good.
Yeah. So once it caps and goes live, the person that's running it will do a live video, and there's specific admins and moderators that have first dibs on that.
Sure.
But you can essentially get a pop that's worth $120 for $12.
Wow. Yeah. If you're lucky, though.
If you're lucky.
But you could also sink like
you have
$20, $30 into a pop that was only worth $12 when it came out, though.
Yeah, and you don't realize how much you're spending until you look back at your PayPal transactions and figure out like, oh, sweet, I just spent $200 in like 2 hours.
Oh my God.
no.
That sounded oddly specific. Was that a experience that you went through?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, do you have any prized possessions in that, though? Like, are
Any
there...
that you won't ever give
Yeah,
up.
where you're like, nope, that one's staying in the box on the
so
shelf at my house.
I have currently about 130
Jeez,
130 pops.
Yeah, no, I don't got that.
And
Where
a
do
lot
you
of that
put
is
all those.
they're all in the box for right now. I haven't kind of built a display or figure out how to actually
You
display
use some
them.
glass cases.
Have you seen that spiral one that people do, where it's like it kind of like comes down like glass? The glass are like steps, and then they put them in
like the plexiglass.
Yeah,
thing,
and it's like one rectangle, and it's usually like the height of the room, and then it kind of like comes down.
I've seen them. For me, they look tacky
Okay,
because I think it's just the plexiglass look. If it was
Oh,
in a
okay.
case
got it.
that was like wood finish, it would look a lot better.
You'd like more of a nicer look to
Yeah.
it, like where people put like porcelain dolls in, where it's like the more wood, like custom built stuff.
Exactly, and one thing that I've actually found is baseball bat cases.
Oh yeah, that would
there was
work.
a couple YouTube channels that I follow. This couple, I think they go by. Can I say their?
No, we don't do shout out. Yeah, we just, we just did a whole episode on YouTube. We just
I think they're called Nerd Therapy.
Okay.
It's just this couple.
be waiting for those royalty checks.
Yeah, they're a super fun couple, and they collect way more than just Funkos.
Oh, okay.
They collect like the bigger statues and things.
The
like
stuff
that.
you'll see at like Gabby's. And stuff
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. The ones that cost a couple $100.
Yeah.
But they displayed their pops, or at least some of them, in baseball bat cases, and it's actually the perfect size for a 4-inch Funko Pop.
Wow.
And if you turn it on its side and mount it to a wall, you can fit, I think, anywhere from 8 to 10.
Oh, so they're going this way.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking they were doing the long way.
There's some people that do it the long way, that keep it in the box and then
Yeah.
put it in the baseball bat case, which I feel like is just unnecessary because those cases are kind of expensive.
Yes,
They're like $50, I think.
Yeah.
$50-$60.
Yeah, because they're thinking you're putting a $200-$300 baseball bat in there.
Exactly.
But-
Exactly. So that's how I plan on displaying mine eventually. I just got to figure out. I got to complete specific collections first.
The good thing about
Man.
those baseball bat cases, they're also, I think they're supposed to be like element proof too, where like there can't be dust or water,
Yeah.
and, like because otherwise the bat would swell. So yeah, if you have them in the boxes, it would actually probably protect those boxes
Yeah.
a lot better.
And with certain ones, I've seen people put like a little LED light strip.
Ooh, get fancy with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There
Yeah.
you
So
go.
for me, that just looks classy.
Yeah, no, that would definitely be.
So that's how I plan on displaying mine.
Mm-hmm.
So of the 125, 130 that I actually have, I would probably say I only care about probably 60 of them.
Okay,
The ones that I actually want to keep.
it's a pretty
in my
good
collection.
percentage
Yeah.
still. Yeah.
Because going back to those Funko waffles is sometimes you win ones that you just don't care about. There's a game called Grail or Fail, and that's probably one of my favorite type of waffles. Because it's kind of a low risk but a high reward game. The grails is what they call it. It can be pops anywhere from $200 to $1,000.
Oh wow!
It really just depends on the level of.
But
that.
it's random though, isn't it? Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying?
So they'll do like the main prize, the grail, and then 20 fails.
Ooh.
So the concept of the game is they're going to charge anywhere from like $2 to $3 a ticket or something low to gain interest. But what they do is they'll lay cards on a table 1 through 21. Let's just say there's 21 prizes, and the grail is listed under one of those. So you got to pick a number. Some people do pick 2, your main and your switch card. So if it gets down to those last 2 cards and the grail is under one of them, you can choose to keep your original pick or switch it to the other one.
Stay or hit.
Exactly.
Like
It's
21.
straight up gambling.
Yeah.
But it's so addictive.
Oh yeah, that's how
yeah,
gambling
that's-
works.
yeah.
So addictive. And that's the dark side of Funko. And I don't know how much I've spent total on these, but I've spent quite a bit of money.
Yeah, I think I only have a couple Funko. I think we both have the same one that we got from PAX.
The Marcus Phoenix one.
The Marcus Phoenix one, and also that Cuphead one.
I did not buy the Cuphead one. That was a separate purchase.
Oh.
The Marcus one came in the Xbox Gears
I thought
box,
yeah.
and then you bought the Cuphead one
I did.
separately.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a limited edition Mr. Dice one. He's got a yellow
It
suit
is a
on.
really cool one. I have not
Yeah.
seen that anywhere. I think that was a PAX exclusive.
Yeah,
The,
that was pretty sweet.
The ones I have the Mandalorian ones. I have an Ichiro one I got from his like Hall of Fame one, or not Hall of Fame. His Funko special day that he had at at Safeco Field.
I think they call it like bobblehead night or something.
Yeah,
like that.
but yeah, it's just called Funko Night is what they call because Funko actually puts on the event since they're obviously this is the local team and the guy that actually runs Funko is a Mariners fan. So they'll have what's the Funko character name? What's his like?
Oh, Freddy Funko.
Yeah, he's there every time
perfect.
they do one. I also have an Edgar Martinez one when that was from the Hall of Fame night. And there was a couple limited edition ones because what they'll do is they'll do like the mass produced one is like there's like here's the standard one, but then one in every 500 is for Edgar. It was like a mustache one. He had like a mustache, and then there was a golden one, and that was they've done it for Griffey, Edgar, and Ichiro, and there's always like a gold one or a silver one.
Yes, so for Griffey, that one, the common was his Mariners jersey.
Yep.
The one that was limited to I think 1,000 pieces was his rookie.
Yeah, it has the old Triton uniform on it.
And the one that I think they only made they made 24 for his number.
Yes.
It was bronze.
Oh yeah. Wasn't it solid bronze or was it?
No, I mean it's.
Or he autographed it. It was something weird.
He autographed a handful.
Yeah, that was it.
And those ones are worth a couple $1,000s.
Damn.
Yeah.
The most expensive Funko that I've seen in person actually at ECCC last year was Clockwork Orange.
Okay.
Oh.
It was a specific character, and I think...
Was it the guy that's on the front cover of it?
I believe so.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I forgot his actual name.
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
It was a chase version, and I think it was glow in the dark if I'm correct.
Ooh.
So that resold for I think like $13,000.
Jeez.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. And
how do you find out how much all this stuff resells for?
so there's a website that I found. It's called a Pop Price Guide, and I don't know exactly how they calculate how much these are worth, but I know the quantity affects it. So if it's one that's limited to 1,000 pieces, that's pretty low.
So what does a standard one usually go for?
So
like mass-produced one, is it usually just some ungodly number, like ridiculous number?
I don't know exactly how much they make, but I'm guessing it's way over like 50,000.
Yeah, to keep them at that standard price.
Exactly, and those, I mean, all pops in general are going to sell normally for about $10 to $20.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
really? Okay.
At stores. So the ones that are mass produced, they don't have a high resale value, so you might profit like $5 off of it.
Yeah.
But the ones that are con exclusives, the ones that are limited because they're a chase, because they're glow in the dark, metallic, whatever.
Yeah.
Those are usually more expensive.
Yeah, they're with Funko Pops. I always think, I mean, they're cool, but it's just more of like, I'm glad I kind of walked away from figure collecting. There have been times where I'm like, oh, that's a really cool one. I got to pick it up. Obviously, like when The Mandalorian was still in its like first, I don't think Mandalorian even aired yet. And I don't know, maybe the first 2 episodes did. And when I walked into Disneyland, they had it at the front counter. They had The Mandalorian. They had the guy that said, "This is I have spoken."
What is his name?
I have them all in the room. And then the droid, the bounty hunter droid, and then the gal, the UFC fighter chick. I can't remember her name.
What is her name in the show?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Cara Dune.
Yeah, so I have all four. I have 4 of them. But the funny thing was, like I saw the Mandalorian one, and I was like, you know what? I'll get it. I want to see what else is here. It's the first day. It'll probably be gone. Never walk away from something at Disneyland. Never walk away from something at PAX or at a convention, because more likely it's gonna be gone the next time you walk away. If it's day 1, you get it day 1. Don't come back. If you happen to have seen it on the second day, then you'd be like, okay, cool. I got the thing I wanted, and now it's But
I do that with a lot of things. Where if I'm deciding like, should I get this?
Yeah.
If I put it down, I tell myself, if I come back to this and it's still here, it's a sign. Get it.
Yeah. See, that was what I thought about the Mandalorian. Bad choice. It was gone. They had none. I looked all over the place in Disney, so I actually ordered that one. But I do have all 4 of them. Baby, the child has not come out yet, right?
No, but it's pictures are surfacing, and they're making 2 different versions. They're making a regular 4-inch, but it's kind of weird because his ears are way too big, so they're actually making it horizontal instead of a vertical box, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, they do that with some of the bigger ones, like the DeLorean one with Back to the Future with Marty is in it. It's like it's horizontal.
Yeah, and they're making a 10-inch version of that one too.
Good God,
of the child.
Why?
Why not, man?
That's true.
And that's,
why not?
I have seen the Stay Puft Marshmallow one, and I've been very tempted to buy that one because he's like this big.
Yeah, I don't actually have any of the 10-inch pops. I just feel like they're just ungodly.
Yeah,
like they're way too big for anyone to really like have a collection.
Yeah,
like 1, cool. 8, like how big is your house?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've seen the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I've seen Thanos as the bigger guys, and then I saw, I think an Overwatch character they made an Overwatch Funko that was big.
Like the one, they just don't make sense to me because if you think about like the Pokemon ones that just released recently, they're making
Pokemon now too.
Yeah,
there's a couple of them. Yeah,
yeah.
There's like Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander, and Pikachu.
Those were the first ones that they released.
Okay.
And
Pikachu looks gross. It does not look good.
Yeah,
do any of them look good?
Squirtle and Bulbasaur and Charmander are fine.
But they have a new wave coming out that has Mewtwo in it.
Oh boy,
and it's actually pretty cool.
Oh
Is
boy,
it?
is that
Okay.
going to be a big guy?
No, it's a 4-inch one.
I'd buy a big guy at that though.
Oh yeah, because he's known for like how tall he is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the 10-inch ones just don't make sense. Mainly just because if you're looking at collecting, like let's say the Pokemon ones, the 4-inch Pikachu or let's say Charmander makes sense, but a 10-inch Charizard, which I don't think they've made yet, but I think they're going to. Like that should be the Charizard version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that's why when they made Thanos that
I get a
big, I was
Charizard
like,
one for sure. That's
I
my
would
favorite.
Yeah.
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 He's the OG.
Mm-hmm. But I'm
I
sorry.
was a Squirtle guy.
Yeah, you're a Squirtle guy.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
I didn't answer your question of what my most prized
Yeah, let's hear it.
Funko is. So there's a lot of people that collect for the value, and right now I'm not that person, and I hope I don't become that person. Just because I think that takes the fun out of it.
Because then it's just a money hustle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like almost it's
not a
like
hobby.
the sneaker game. It's people buy, sell, and trade sneakers for a profit a lot of times.
You're not buying for the fact of I think that looks cool. You're buying it so that you can flip it.
Exactly.
You're looking at it as a dollar
and
sign.
I get it because going back to those waffles, I've calculated how much some of these guys are making, and they can make like $3,000 in a night if they're active on creating these waffles for people.
Oh shit! Gotta make myself a new side hustle.
Yeah, and I've thought about it. I still debate back and forth, but I'm not in it for the money as of right now, and I hope I don't because that's not why I started collecting Funkos. I collected it for the fun. So right now, my favorite one is still going to be that mermaid Deadpool.
That one does sound pretty cool.
Just because it means a lot more.
Yeah.
Because that's how it kind of started my collection.
If you take
that's
it,
the one that really.
That's the one that really got you into it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That and the Funko documentary, actually.
There's a
Funko
Funko
documentary?
documentary.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I think it's still on Netflix.
Oh,
Okay, got another thing to watch.
Yeah,
shit.
it's called Making Fun.
Making fun.
Yeah, and
a good title.
so I've liked the Funko Pops, over the years, but I definitely fell in love with the company after watching that documentary because they basically tell the history of Funko in general, and they tell the story of people that collect them all over the nation and how much fun they're actually having. And it's a good lighthearted documentary, and at the end they actually have footage of the grand opening Funko headquarters up in Everett, which was I think 2018.
Yeah, it was pretty recent. Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Smith was there.
Yep. He loves those Funkos.
Yeah. So that's probably my favorite one right now.
Now, have you been to the headquarters?
I think twice. If
Okay.
I'm correct. Yeah. It's such a far drive though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Everett's pretty fun.
Well, because we have a local comic book store in town, and Gabby has the hookup, and so she'll get like exclusive Comic-Con stuff that you're like, what? There's San Diego Comic-Con. She's not flipping them either. She's given those to sell, and so that's where I know a lot of people that I don't know if you have, but that go there specifically to try and get those like exclusive ones because she'll just have them, and people are like, wait, what? You can get this here? Because they don't know that you can. So definitely a good place to like try and sneak in there.
Yeah, because Funko, they'll make pops specific to a store. So GameStop will get exclusives, Hot Topic will get exclusives, Box Lunch will get exclusives, and you can only get them there. So just when I saw it for the first time at Gabby's, I was like, wait,
she'll have
do
Hot
they
Topic
a
stuff
Topic
and
exclusive? And that's also how they get you too, like shopping at specific stores for the exclusives.
I know Target was definitely like Very loving
let me
that.
get in on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they actually just released a Mandalorian one that was a Target exclusive. Yeah. And but there are just some stores that don't have a good like Funko experience because you can either never find it or they're always damaged.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because everyone's trying to rip them. Yeah, trying to get them and sell them. So
Exactly.
So I gotta open up the floor here though. Is there anything that you guys wish you could keep? You were collecting before, but you can't anymore, or you don't anymore. Is there anything you, Ashton?
I mean, not really.
Did you ever collect anything before?
I did. I collected Pokemon cards back in the day.
Yeah.
That was like, I grew up pretty poor, so I mean, Pokemon cards were hella cheap back then.
They still kind of are. Yeah.
They still kind of are.
You get more bang for your buck with Pokemon now.
Yeah. So I mean, there was that. Everybody would get their binders together and flex on each other. Like, oh yeah, check out all the holographic cards I got going on here.
Do you still have your originals?
I don't. I don't know what happened to them. I think my brothers tore them up or something.
Oh, man.
I had shitty brothers. The young little bastards always ruined everything. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not saying that they'll ever be on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really the only thing I really collected to that extent.
Is there anything that you wish you could collect?
Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a mining rig though, so.
Yeah. So there's not really like a thing that you've seen like Funko or
Funko's
the
cool.
Hype Beast stuff or like Supreme or something like that.
I'm not super big into the style of Funko as much as like some other people are. I'm just not big on like the really fat head kind of look.
Some people don't. Yeah, I know some people that get weirded out by the big eyes because they look like doll eyes, and people that are afraid of dolls.
There's some creepy looking ones out there.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty cool. I saw a really cool Joker one. I got somebody that. I think I got my uncle that. I don't know.
You got me that Mickey one, the Fantasia one.
Yeah.
It's like Mickey on the wave from Fantasia.
Yeah.
When he's like Wizard Mickey.
That's a big one, too.
That is a big one. That's one whole piece. It like sits. It's like pretty big. Yeah. But he's the same size, but it's just what is with him.
He's like, what am I going to do with this? I'm like, that's your fucking problem.
Yeah, I just put it behind my computer so I see
Happy
it.
birthday.
That's
Right there. Yeah. Yeah, the things that I collect. For a while, I was thinking of collecting consoles. I do have a lot of consoles.
You do.
And they're like original form that I had bought with them previously, or that I've kept around. I feel weird getting rid of them because I'm like, yeah, but these I like these. I like the design of them. Like my 360 that I have now is actually the Gears of War one, and that one I actually bought later on after my Elite had hit the dust. But
they only resell for like $40 now anyway.
Yeah, and at the point I could have traded it in towards like the one and stuff like that, but I didn't want to because I'm like, this console to me, Gears is like the reason why I love Xbox. So the fact that I have a 360 that is a Gears of War Xbox, I like having it around. I have a PlayStation 3, the PS4, the One X, and stuff like that, N64. Funkos, I buy every once in a while, only when they're like representing of something that I really like. And then for a while, I got into the Vinyl Nations that Disney did. That was rough because they made a lot of those, and they would come out series after series after series, but they were rare, so they like would hold value, but they were so freaking hard to get that it was just it lost its fun because you were like, oh, they've moved on to Series 4, and I only just started collecting one. Because by the time you get back to Disneyland, you don't have them. They don't have them anymore. So, but they were cool. I have a Mickey one, an Oswald one, and stuff like that. The Oswald one is rare because what they do is it's just a silhouette of Mickey, like figure, and then they print whatever it is on there. So they'll do like theme park rides, and so all of them are like the Matterhorn, and they would be painted in a way. And then on the bottom foot, you'd see the artist that did it all. It was really cool if you like. I liked them because you would see here's an artist. They were tasked with you got Jungle Cruise as your topic. Here's the figure, go. So they would be contained in the box, but the freedom to do whatever they wanted. And that to me was really cool with like of how different artists can do different things with the same thing and just keep doing them over and over again. Since then they've stopped making those, and now but the big thing that Disney does now is the pins. Those things are ridiculous. And there's so many, it's damn near impossible to get them all. I will go there every once in a while, and I will see people that have the binders, and they'll just be sitting out in front of one of the pin trading places, and they'll have group meetups. They'll meet on Facebook and say, like, hey, group meetup on March 14th, and then they all go, and then they'll sit and like look through everyone's binders and things. Disney has this rule where they they have to trade with you no matter what. Like a Disney employee has to do that, and they'll have like a little felt Mickey head, and it'll have random pins on it, and you could trade your pin. You just stick yours on there, take the one you want, and then walk away. Penny Arcade, the guys that run PAX, also started doing their thing called Penny Arcade, Pinne, and so it's where they have kind of the same rule. Is if you find a PAX enforcer or one of the people that runs PAX, they are obligated to trade with you. And sometimes that's the only way to trade with to get that pin. If you wanted like a Tycho pin, you had to go and find Tycho to trade with him to get his pin. So that was kind of cool where it makes it a little more fun and rare because you're having to find this person that's the only person that you can get it from. And I have since I've started my state job, I put them all on my back cubicle in like this cork, and I just stick them all in now, and so people walk by and go like, oh, that's cool. And to me, it kind of like expresses who I am, where some people put the Funko Pops around their desks. You can see like I have video game ones and Disney ones and Universal Studios and all these different ones that they don't make anymore, but because I have a Universal Studios one that has all the Marvel characters on it, but it says Universal Studios, but it has Spider-Man, Hulk, and all them.
So you're saying what I can do is I can go put a pin and take that one
on mine?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I don't mind trading them. Yeah, because I've had them for so long, and some of them I've gotten from like 2012, and I'm just like, what am I going to do with these pins? I tried doing them as a kid, and it just was really hard. And they're really hard to wear.
They are.
Because it's metal. So as soon as you get
it weighs you down.
Yeah, your neck starts to hurt, and you're walking around for 6 hours. No, it's not even a joke, man. That's why they use binders, because they don't even want it. They don't want to mess around with them.
No, I went to Disneyland 2 years ago, and there was this guy with a jean jacket
Yes.
vest, and his whole back was pins.
Yep,
and it looked awesome, but I knew how heavy it was.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
that's probably like
time.
a full metal jacket right there. It's,
damn. I do save my PAX badges every year.
I have them too, yeah.
I gotta get a shirt every year too.
I do have
every year I go.
I have those too.
It's a must. You gotta get it like in the first couple of days, otherwise they run out of large.
Yeah.
And XL.
XL is the very popular one. I do the shirts thing too. I started this thing of like when I go to an event, I try to get the shirt from the event. So like PAX, concerts, like I have the Damn shirt. Even though I can't wear it like very often, I still have the Kendrick Lamar Damn long sleeve. And then
you should wear that to work.
I mean, I could. What else is there? Yeah, that's pretty much like. Oh, and then I've just recently started getting these Spirit jerseys.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of like. I guess that'd be my current clothes that I collect.
Yeah, you have a lot of those Disney long sleeves.
Yeah, those are the Spirit jerseys.
Okay, that's what they call them.
Where they have the big lettering on the back. I have a Disneyland green one. I have the Star Wars one, the Tatooine one, and the Pizza Planet one. So
yeah,
the Tatooine one's dope.
Yeah, they've started getting way fancier with them now because it used to just be the lettering. Now it's like they've started adding these like silhouette stuff. There's a Hoth one that they just came out with too.
Ooh.
And it looked really cool. It has like the big old AT-ATs on them, and they're like the big camel things walking about, and you see the little spaceships flying around on them.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like white and blue. And so
yeah, I think the last shirt I got from an event was the Jay and Silent Bob reboot screening
downtown.
I
wanted to go to that, but I was I don't think I got tickets in time, and I think I ended up working and
man,
going home.
it was great. Yeah, they were
How was the movie?
The movie was awesome.
It's available
Yeah,
now. I
Because
think.
it is?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. Yeah, because Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, I've probably watched more than 30 times.
The reboot was pretty good. It's there are some moments where it's gets a little emotional, but it wasn't planned to really be that way.
Okay.
But it was just because like the relationship that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So if you watch it, you'll kind of like they explained it.
Ooh,
that
whoa.
whistle. Holy shit! They explained it afterwards and like told a bunch of stories about like how Carrie Fisher was like kind of a dirty bird back in the day. Even in her 50s, like she's fucking awesome.
That's why everyone has love for her.
Yes, dude.
Kevin Smith collects a lot of stuff of where he's like,
Yeah.
I listen to his podcast and there's like, he talks about all of, he collects like movie memorabilia, and that's kind of the thing that I've always thought of, like, oh, that would be cool to have like a cell from some movie that you. I know that they've sold like some of those Disney cells of like Snow White, and those are like, it's like the original cell from Snow White, and it's obviously worth thousands of dollars. This little piece of film. But has that any interest to you guys at all, like collecting movie type stuff, or?
I mean, if it's something that I can actually showcase, I would probably get it. If I was like, again, it'd have to be something where I went to an event and I could only get it.
So
there.
you're more of, if I can show it, then the collectible makes sense to buy.
Yes, because
Okay,
if I'm not
fair
going to
enough.
be looking at it, why did I buy it?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing with me. And that's, I think, why I like collecting Funkos, because I display them. There's a lot of people that actually keep them in the box and put it in like a hard case to display it that way. I'm not that type of person. I like to take all mine out the box and display it, and I think that's why I want to display mine in the baseball bat cases. But there's some people that have a whole wall full of Funkos in these cases, just stacked on top of each other,
Collecting garbage.
Yeah, I don't-
cardboard and plastic.
I mean, to each their own. I just don't feel like that is displaying it
And it's intended.
the way it's intended to, because it essentially just looks like you own a retail store in your house.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's kind of how I take all mine out of the box.
Yeah.
Like even the Griffey and Ichiro one, or not Griffey, the Edgar and Ichiro one. They're out of their boxes.
I will say that there are some that I do keep in the box.
Probably the ones that are worth money.
Yeah, like let's say one of the lines I collect is the Funko ad icons, and they make different ad icons. But the ones I collect are the cereal ones, so the cereal mascots. So I have like Trix the Rabbit,
that's what
Lucky
you're saying.
Leprechaun.
Okay,
The most expensive one I probably have right now is Tony the Tiger.
Huh.
And that's
I know they have Toucan Sam.
yeah, those are probably my two most expensive pops. The Tony the Tiger is probably valued at $240,
Wow.
and then the Toucan's like $160 if I'm correct.
Do you have any of those shiny ones, like, or you just have them all standard?
The only metallic one that I have is the Game of Thrones dragons. It came in a 3-pack, and those are all metallic. I think it was a GameStop exclusive whenever it released, but I've won those. I won that one on a raffle.
Yeah, I remember they used to do something similar with like the amiibos for the Nintendo Switch. When Smash Brawl came out, or the one right before Ultimate. I think that was Brawl. Something. They
I
came
thought
out
Brawl
with
was on the Wii.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The one that came out
Before Ultimate.
on Wii U, I think, was the one that everyone was like, we got to get amiibos.
Pretty
like,
sure that was Brawl on Wii U.
Okay.
So they came out with a golden Mario one, was metallic, and it sold for like $50, but the resale was like $250 on it online. I'm like, oh shit, I need to go because they got like 6 of them at Walmart. I get there, they're gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah, once people know
great.
what the resale value is, they're hunting.
And they're pretty cool too.
They are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that actually collect those.
I have lots of amiibos. I forgot that I have those. Because
Yeah.
they actually give you something, and they're also
Yeah, you can
collectible.
use them.
Yeah.
You can use them. That was kind of my. I did those for a while when the Toys to Life craze was coming out with like amiibos, Disney Infinity, Lego Dimensions, and stuff like that. That was where I was like, oh, okay, these kind of make sense to actually have, because as a little kid, if I was like 8 years old, oh, dude, I'd be asking for these things all the time because you not only get a toy, you get to use them in the video game
exactly,
too.
yeah.
Give you bonuses and stuff.
And then when Disney Infinity flopped, which was the most successful of them all, I was like, uh-oh, this isn't good. And then Lego Dimensions went away. And then I guess Nintendo still puts some out every once in a while, right? They're not... I think those are Amiibo. They're still making Amiibos,
Yeah,
right?
they're still making lots of them. They come out with
I think I saw
a couple
Dark
new ones
Samus.
almost every month.
Yeah, Dark Samus looked cool.
Yeah, the Smash ones are really the ones that sell really well.
Yeah. I actually got Disney Infinity just because I was like, okay, I like the art style to them. They're like kind of the art style is more remnant of like the Clone Wars series that came out. So I was like, oh, cool. They have, you can play as, in Disney Infinity 3.0, they introduced all the Star Wars characters because they had just bought Star Wars. So now they're putting Star Wars, Marvel, and the Disney characters in. And they came out with a Boba Fett one, and you could only get him in the PlayStation version. And so his like rarity was higher. And because no one would he's obviously valued higher because you'd have to buy the game to get him and the portal, which was like, I think, $70 or $80. And then eventually they sold him separately. And I was like, as soon as I saw him, bought him. So I have a Boba Fett. I think I have Thor, Venom, and he's a slightly bigger one. But they're solid. They're like really heavy. Like I think they're heavier than Funkos because they're just a piece of plastic, and then they carved them all out. But yeah, they're really good quality. But they stopped making them, so that's another Disney thing they just gave up on. So, but yeah, is there any like clothes that you guys have collected? Going back to like the Spirit jersey things that I do.
So there was a time where I was getting into sneakers, and I'm so glad that I stopped that.
I saw the Jeff Goldblum thing they did, so I think I feel I'm well educated now. What else? How was it going through that time?
It was very expensive.
Yeah,
this was when I like started working, get my own paychecks, and didn't really have anything to, didn't have a lot of bills. So I was like, all right, what am I gonna do with this money? Cool, I'm just gonna buy some shoes. And I was into like the sneakers, like the Jordans, the Nikes, the ones that are $150, $200.
You ever get any Yeezys?
No, I did not yet at least. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I stopped that. I don't want to say I'm a full-on sneakerhead right now, but I've always have a love and a passion for them. I just knew for a fact that I wasn't making good enough money to keep buying these shoes that I'm never gonna wear or wear like once or twice a year. Because for the most part, like I keep most of my shoes in my boxes unless it's like gym shoes. So I'll clean them, put them back in the box. They hold their value more, but they're also just easier to store. Like just put them all in a box, put them in a closet. And also going back to what you said about the collectibles, you would only collect the ones that you can actually display. I think that's why I kind of stopped collecting shoes as well, because if I'm buying a $250 pair of shoes and I'm only wearing them once a year, I'm not really getting my use out of them. They're just, I'm flexing for like 1 or 2 days in the summertime and then put them back in the box.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of stopped collecting those. As far as clothing go, no, not really. I buy, concert t-shirts every once in a while. Con t-shirts once in a while, but other than that, no.
Yeah, the one shoes that I would totally buy if they were available were those
Heelys. Yeah.
Yeah, Heelys are pretty great. They have adult Heelys now.
Yeah, I know.
Game changer.
Yeah, 100%. Really changes how I get around. Those I think were they Nikes? I don't know. The Back to the Future shoes.
Oh yes, they were Nike shoes.
Yeah, those were fucking clean.
Yeah.
They do make those,
Yeah, there
Aren't
are
they super expensive though.
Well, they don't make the special
$3,000.
Yeah,
$3,000.
They don't make the special ones that you're talking, like the actual Back to the Future ones, the Marty McFlys.
Yeah, the Marty McFlys.
They don't make those ones. Those were released for a charity thing for Michael J. Fox Foundation.
Yeah,
but they do make that technology. Yes, that of the
self-lacing.
Yeah, the self-lacing stuff. Kofi Kingston wore them for WrestleMania. I think Nate was pointing them out, and I was like, "Oh God!" So
yeah, I forgot.
You would wear them all.
Yeah, Nike has that technology in some of their shoes. I forgot exactly what they're called. I think they're Nike Adapts, if I'm correct. I know a couple athletes, sponsor them. I think Earl Thomas has his own pair, if I'm correct. But I haven't tried a pair on.
They look clean.
They do.
They are
clean.
nice. They are very
clean.
nice. Yeah.
But I don't have the money to be spending on sneakers.
Yeah. And that's kind of why I stopped. I was like, this is
like,
very expensive.
I better be like big balling if I'm getting shoes like that. Win the lottery, I'll get a pair. I'll have them custom make me some Michael J. Foxes.
The what do you call it? The Kofi's ones were custom.
Yeah.
They were custom made.
I would get some customs made
because they actually said like New Day on them and stuff like that. But so we're kind of coming to last 15 minutes here, and I'm just curious to know if you had. I'm curious if you'll answer the same way. If you had all the money in the world you could, what would be the one thing that you're like, I gotta buy every one of these?
Damn. Ooh. That's a loaded question.
It is a loaded question.
Wow.
It's a broad stroke there. Oh man. I think for me, it's I'd probably go to my console thing. I'd try to buy all the consoles that have ever been made. I actually in high school I was making like playlists of all these like, okay, this is what this console looks like, so I'm gonna go and see how much that is, and it'd be like the older ones are actually pretty decently reasonable pricing. It's just how to find them, if they work, if they don't work, if they're so.
Would you collect them to use or just display?
I think I would use them. Obviously, some of them I can't because they use the prong set that TVs don't have anymore. There are ways around that now, but to say that you have them, I think is really cool. I obviously don't have the room to do that, but if I had all the money in the world to try and get all of them, to have this like sort of a archive of all of these different gaming consoles of yesteryear, that would be really cool.
It'd be kind of like a video game museum.
Pretty much.
Like
yeah.
I've actually seen a couple pictures online that this guy has all the systems in the cube organizer shelves.
Yes, I've seen that. And it looks really cool.
Yeah, he lights it with LEDs in different colors, green for the Xbox. Things like that.
I've seen that. Yeah,
and it's pretty cool. So going back to shoes, there's a couple guys that have that showcase their sneaker collection in these plexiglass cases. Shoeseum is one of them. I forgot exactly. I think they're in Vegas, if I'm correct. But
sounds like a Vegas type of thing.
Exactly. And so yeah, I don't know. I still don't know if I had all the money in the world, what would I collect?
I would have thought it would have been easier for you with your Funko thing, but if
that's kind of where I'm leaning now.
Yeah. What about you, Ashton? Are you thinking
it's too hard for me?
Yeah,
it's too hard because I don't know. Honestly,
could you narrow it down to like if you could have like 3 different things? You're like, I'd choose
top 5.
Yeah, top 5.
Make it a little more easier for you. Mine was I'd probably go with like if I could have other options. Spirit jerseys are cool to have because they keep making them all the time. But
I would go with one of them would be like all my old favorite growing up is like back when we were kids, all the awesome Cartoon Network shows, get all the collectibles for those.
Oh, okay.
That'd be cool. So like Ed, and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
The old toys for those?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That'd be cool.
Interesting answer, yeah. There are people that do collect those like old toys. You mean even like more specifically, a lot of people really love collecting Star Wars characters. Like those figurines that were in the just the flat cardboard and the plastic printing on it. And there was like, I think back in the 70s and early 80s, they would actually, Toys R Us was selling things that were like, yeah, buy this now, and then when we get it in stores, we'll give it to you. And you'd bring back the thing that you bought and give them back this piece of cardboard. And then they would be like, okay, cool. And then they take the cardboard away and give you the toy.
It's like pre-ordering.
It was exactly that. It was exactly that. Because it was selling out so fast. So yeah, that'd be interesting to like,
I got 3 more that I can think of.
Sure.
They're all video game related.
That's fine.
Bunch of all the official like Legend of Zelda collectibles, and Mario and Halo.
Okay.
Because those are my 3 favorite franchises. Jesus, I can't talk. I got a mouthful of molasses or something. Yeah, 3 favorite franchises there. So.
Yeah.
I would say that Legend of Zelda and Halo definitely are 2 of my favorite franchises for sure. I haven't played a lot of the newer Zelda games. Ocarina of Time is still going to be my favorite of all time. I liked the Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages.
I didn't get to play those. Yeah.
Those were fun because you had to, in order to actually fully beat each one of them, you had to play the other. because at the end of that first game, you got a code to use in the second game, and vice versa.
Oh,
yeah,
that's pretty wild.
That's how they got you. Like,
Yeah.
hey, here's a $10 game, but you had to buy both, so it's $20.
You haven't played Breath of the Wild?
I don't have I stopped playing video games as much in recent years. I do miss it sometimes, but I just don't have enough time in the day to commit to it as much.
Fair point.
But
Fair enough.
yeah, I think after some thought, I would say Funkos for sure as of this point right now.
Yeah.
I probably would like to go back and collect some sneakers, especially the older ones.
Do old Jordans go for a pretty good price?
Oh, absolutely.
Like the first pair, like has anyone like sold like first pairs of Jordans?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But with Jordan, they seem to retro a lot of their sneakers.
Yeah, because then it doesn't make any sense
years.
to go back and like try and get those.
For instance, like my favorite, one of my favorite Jordans is the Space Jam 11s, and I think they've released it 3 or 4 times.
Oh, okay.
And the ones that are released first, the first wave, I should say, those are a couple $100s. The ones that released a couple years ago, those aren't reselling for that much.
Okay.
Just because they make a lot more pairs these days.
Seems like shoes are a lot more of a wild card situation. Like they could go for a lot, but sometimes they don't.
Yeah, it really just depends on the hype behind that shoe. The ones that Jordan wore to a specific game, like those mean a lot more to people. So that's why they're valued a lot more.
Yeah. I tried. The only shoe I ever really tried to get. Okay, there were 2. Was the Michael J. Fox Marty McFly shoes. I tried to get in the lottery because it was a lottery system for it, and then the PlayStation shoes that came out. I think the second edition ones. Who has those ones? I can't remember who does. I'm fuzzy on basketball players. So, but the PlayStation, it was like designed around. I think the PlayStation.
Oh, actually,
4.
I think it was Paul George, if I'm correct.
Yes, that's right. Because he has another pair that he did before then, and then this one was kind of cool because it was like you could buy the shoes, and then there was a bundle pack that got you like 2 custom PlayStation 4 controllers, the shoes, and a custom backpack. Yeah, it was like ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, I think they did that with Nintendo controllers too.
Oh, okay.
The regular Nintendo and the Super Nintendo as well.
Oh,
I forget exactly who.
I know Vans did some Nintendo shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Vans does a lot of collaborations.
Yeah, theirs is actually reasonable to get. Like they did the Disney ones, they did Nintendo,
Marvel.
They did Marvel. Yeah, it seems like they have those. They're going for a younger audience, I think, at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But what's cool is like on the bottom of the Nintendo ones, they said the game over. It was like once you said game, once you said over on each of the Nintendo ones. Yeah, they just didn't. The reason why I didn't get them is because they just didn't fit the games that I like Nintendo, but it's not my diehard thing. But there was some cool like Legend of Zelda ones where it was like pixelated Link and Zelda, and then the Triforce, and then it was just a pattern that kept repeating on them. Then there was the SNES ones and stuff like that. But yeah, it's shoes are interesting to see if there was that's a lot of money into those.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever buy any shoes that were like shrink wrapped? Like how those people like...
Oh, in the consignment shops?
Yeah.
No. I've been in a couple of those stores, and I'm just like, this
is
just
bougie
leave.
as hell. I can't...
Just leave.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a pretty good episode right there. We talked almost for an hour. It's 8 minutes left here, so we'll wrap things up. Is there anything do you want to shout out anything, or do you want to... Or do you want to say no?
I'll hope to be back for another episode.
Yeah, we'll see.
Damn.
We'll see how this episode does, and we'll get back to you. Once
if
we see
you
the
love Corey, make sure you hit the like button because we notice it.
Tweet it out.
Yeah, share it like the plague. Share it like coronavirus.
Exactly. Well, actually, you might get more views because people aren't leaving their house these days.
That's true. That's true. I did notice that our YouTube one was going up in views.
Perfect.
They're like, oh, fuck, I got nothing else to do.
Yeah, I ran out of all the other shit I watch. Might as well watch these assholes. Nope, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you are listening on YouTube, make sure you hit the bell button and subscribe so you guys get notified when videos get uploaded. Go over to primaltarget.com. Check out everything that we've ever done over there. It's links to everywhere and organized in a way that isn't so fucked like the YouTube whole home screen that they have. Ashton, anything you want to plug? You doing anything special over there?
Go to our Mixer channel so you can watch us live. Mainly me, but
you're also almost gonna hit a milestone though over there.
Are we? What?
Yeah, didn't you say you were almost done hitting a certain level?
Oh yeah, we're almost at 350 followers on there. Yeah,
350
we're
followers.
going pretty strong. We're going pretty strong.
Yeah.
And we're at like 105 at the time of this video going up on YouTube. Let's see if we can get to 200 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Tell your friends, you lonely bastards. We need
Like,
friends
comment,
too.
subscribe, share.
Yes.
Yeah. Seriously, guys.
Links are in the description all for Primal Target as well as Tyler Burkage. We don't, for some reason, we don't do it all the time, but Tyler is the one that is our person that we use the song for. And if you want to go and listen to all of his stuff, his links are in the description below.
He's
Ours,
famous now.
he is. He's too good for us.
He
I don't know.
is.
We'll try to get him on the show one of these days, but he's very busy. I think he's on tour right now. So
Yeah.
But yeah, go check him out. Go check out Steven Kerber. He does all the other music for our other shows. But that's gonna be it. So
He'll be famous one day too.
Yeah, he will.
He will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys listening
Thank you,
for
guys.
Primal Target, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Good night, everybody.
Bye,
Peace.
Corey.